welcome to a Trucker's Mind podcast. I'm Eddie McGee.
It's your boy K Fings.
We're back, man. Episode 258.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's get into it. Recently, there was a viral picture. It was making its rounds on Twitter and other places, and it was Rent-A-Center. If you're not familiar with Rent-A-Center, they rent things at a very high interest rate for people who have fucked up credit. That's what it's a very predatory business.
It's a very low monthly cost.
Yeah,
you get a refrigerator for like $10 a month for like 30 years.
Yeah, 30 years you paid it off, but the interest rate being crazy.
Like a home loan.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to take out a fucking FHA loan to get a goddamn refrigerator from that bitch.
Stupid.
Yeah, but yeah, Rent-A-Center, they had a pair of Jordans, right? It was a pair of Jordans, and I think it was like $15 a week, I think it showed, right? And the reason why I think it's hilarious is this. Rent-A-Center knows their audience. They know who their consumer is, and I think it's disgusting. It's no different than a bunch of payday loans that exist. They tend to exist in lower income areas. Yeah, and it's predatory. It's predatory lending is all it is. It's just good old fashioned predatory lending, and that's what they're doing. And I think that people need to understand that renting a pair of Jordans ain't that deep.
Yeah.
Like, just work on your credit, man. I don't claim to have perfect credit, but it's decent enough where I ain't got to fucking go get a pair of Jordans on Rent-A-Center. What they going to do if you don't pay the bill? They just going to pull up on you and repo your shoes, nigga?
Yeah, because they'll take them back. They'll just sell it used. Like, that's... Well, I don't know about Rent-A-Center. I worked at Aaron's, but it's the same. You know, Aaron and Rent-A-Center is like cousins.
That'd be bad if you got some smelly ass feet and they repo your shoes.
Yeah.
You take them back and they stank. You know what's fucked up too? I know a guy that used to be a manager at a Rent-A-Center, and he told me that when we had to take our stuff back, he said it would be so bad at times we had a separate warehouse where we put the returned items because it'd be full of roaches. Yeah,
that happened. I've definitely been when I worked at Aaron's. I've been in spaces where you gotta go pick up a couch and it'd be roaches all in there. Oh. Yeah. Sometimes it's one of those things where you got to be really straight with people sometimes. Like, hey, we can't pick this up right now. Or you got to like wrap it up in one of those little, bed bug bags or whatever. Yeah, it'd be all kind of nice.
I would just call my boss and be like, hey, man, fuck you, okay?
Bro, you be in some I remember there was, we had to go get a washer and dryer. But the whole house just smelled like urine. Ooh. Yeah. Like from, like a lot of, some people be having, health problems and stuff. So they might like pee in bag or something like, just any sort of thing where, they may wear Depends or something like that. And then this whole house just be reeking of like adult, like very strong urine.
I would just basically tell him if I worked at Aaron's and I had to get a fucking couch back or some shit, I'd say, hey, boss, they're trying to fight me and I can't. We can't get it because they're trying to get violent. Yeah. Like, we'll call the police. Be like, well, unfortunately, we can't call the police because my battery's dying on my phone. This is the last call I can make. I had to go to another house.
Yeah, it'd be some wild. You run into some wild stuff.
Yeah, I seen this thing online or on TikTok of this person that worked at a software spot. Or it was like a computer / gaming console repair center. And they get these people's PlayStations and stuff. Then the people like, my fan just stopped blowing. I don't know why. And they open it up and it be caked up with dead roaches.
Oh my God.
It be caked up with, and one dude, the worst one I seen wasn't roaches at all. It was actually cigarettes. Some dude was smoking so many cigarettes that the fan that was going in his PC or the monitor, all the smoke and the soot or the carcinogens or whatever from the cigarettes, it went into it and it was caked up. And the fan was stuck. It wouldn't blow because that much, he'd been smoking cigarettes for so long. It's just like if when people sell a house and the house belonged to a smoker, they will literally have stained walls. Yeah. And stained bathrooms from the smoke. Yeah. And they gotta get a guy to go in there with special chemicals to clean that shit off. That's how you know you shouldn't be smoking, yo.
Yeah, some people, like, when you move in or move out of a space, it got that human, disgusting human smell.
That remnant of whatever was left, and they might have cleaned it, but they didn't clean it to your standard.
Yeah, it might have been. We've been in when we were house shopping. It was like a couple dogs that we seen, like not dogs, but like houses that smell like for sure dogs was in.
Imagine you walk into some house and you trying to buy. You're like, oh, they were selling pussy in here.
And it smell like trout.
Oh, this is bad, yo. Oh, they used to eat a lot of tuna in this house. They was getting hella protein. They was making gains in here.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man. So, dude,
I think I will say that this is not like a new thing. It's a new thing I never seen at Rent-A-Center, but some of these other apps, they have the like the payment plans for shoes and stuff like that. It kind of goes both ways. I think Rent-A-Center is a place where, they're preying on people that can't afford to drop $2,000, $3,000 on whatever appliance. But yeah, I just think, if you can't afford to pay $300 or $400 for some Jordans, then you should probably just wait.
I think it's deeper than that. I think they did some market research and they know who their consumers are. I think they know their consumers are a lot of people who are irresponsible. So they figured like that's the number one thing. If you are a consumer, there's some people that they get $300 and that money is gone the same day because they have this thing where they have to spend money.
Yeah.
And that's the people they're targeting.
Yeah.
Because a person who has any type of financial literacy at all, not saying you need to fucking have a portfolio and all of that, but if you have any form of financial literacy, you would understand that like shoes are not a priority. Like they're just not. Like if you have a bunch of pairs of shoes at home, you don't need to put a payment plan down on some shoes.
Yeah.
But that's what they're doing. They just did some market research. They know who their consumers are. They said, oh, these type of people also have these habits. These people are also, they probably got you down to the cigarettes you smoke. They probably
I don't think it's that deep. I think
you'd be surprised, Keith.
I think that because this is not like a mass thing. I think this is just like somebody went into, it's almost like if you go in certain random Walmarts across America, you might find like something that is, like, wow, they got this here. Like they got like Reeboks in Walmart. I just think it's a random Rent-A-Center in who knows where that was like, man, we could sell Jordans here. And then they just posted them up there. Because the way that it's not even put together. Like it's a handwritten sign and stuff like that. It don't look like it was that.
That's true.
Well thought out.
I will say this though. I think like analytics matter. Like analytics tell a story. So, like for our podcast, we have the age demo for people who listen, and the male and female breakdown. We have like different like spots that we know that who consumes what. So I think after a while, they're like companies that want to stay in business have to collect information, so it allows them to try to advance their business in some way, which is probably why Toys R Us and places like that are down the toilet because they never grown with the times. So if you're just Rent-A-Center and you're only giving refrigerators and TVs and shit, you want to find a way to try to stay relevant. So putting a shoe up there might be like, oh, and if they start getting exclusive Jordans, that's going to make their business even bigger. Yeah. If they start getting it, because I don't know the whole shoe lingo. I'm not like, they're like, oh, nigga, they got the Iceberg 7s there. You're like, then they got the Iceberg 7s at Rent-A-Center. I only got to put in $15 a month.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And it's going to draw people in.
Yeah, it's potential there.
It's potential
I think it works as a business model, people. If I was young and dumb, or like maybe 10 years ago, I might have done something like that, like just, bought some Jordans on credit. But it's definitely a thing that you could definitely market to the 20-something years old, especially the people that try to wait in line, or you don't wait in line anymore, but like the sneaker app and stuff like that. A lot of people, they try to log on, but it's just so many bots and so many people buying at the same time that you could never get any of the shoes, the new releases. So if you go in there and did it, but I don't know. I don't know how it, because the way that works, like it's too competitive and they're never going to get exclusive Jordans. Like just the way the shoe thing or the industry goes, like like ain't no way that Rent-A-Center is going to be able to get the exclusive Jordans over like a Flight Club in LA or any of these like big sneaker companies or whatever. I don't see it, but the shoes that they had was Jordan 5s, which is like those ones I don't know, not to my knowledge, are like super exclusive shoes.
Right.
So, I guess they gonna get in where they fit in.
That with that statement you made earlier just made me think of that Khalid song. Young, dumb, and broke.
Yeah.
Young, dumb, broke high school kids. I love that guy.
Yeah, shout out to Khalid.
His last video was very gay.
That was crazy. That mug was flamboyant.
Yeah, I love that guy. I don't give a fuck if he's gay or not. But that was.
You know what? Joe Budden had a really good point. He was saying, well, I don't even know if he had this point, but this is what I took from the conversation that he's been having for a while. It's like they're it seems like they're pushing this agenda, and he's like, I am supportive of the LGBTQIA plus community. That's not the issue. The issue is that there's like an agenda, and even these guys that may not even be gay, like there's this kind of like very apparent narrative of like this flamboyant guy, with the Harry Styles and the Khalid, and all these different guys. It's like, it's cool if you kind of like what you call that, like a metrosexual. I don't even know if that's a term anymore.
Gay adjacent.
Yeah, but it's like some people are just doing it because they're doing it as like analytics or market research, because if I am a little bit feminine,
towing the line,
I'm going to be able to garner such and such. Like, I'm sure there's like, people really doing that. Like, oh, if you kind of like, have songs without pronouns in it, like, it could be for everybody, and then the gay people and the straight people and lesbians, and they can all sing along with you. It's just like, come on,
I think it's fucked up though, because what you're doing is you're trying to use whatever you're doing to galvanize like people in the LGBT community, when in actuality it's a business tactic and it's not organic.
That's the biggest thing.
That's fucked up if that's the case.
Yeah, the thing about it, like, I always look at like, really good art, right? So like, and I think good art, it doesn't have an agenda. Good art is
there,
like,
you go.
The agenda is making great music or great TV or great film or whatever. The agenda is not like pushing some sort of business, right?
That's true.
So I think about like the most successful, like at least in the Black community, I can't speak for anybody else, but the most successful like gay artistic pieces, one would probably be like Channel Orange from Frank Ocean, like his album where he kind of came out and he wrote the letter and stuff like that. And then the movie Moonlight, right? It won, the best, it won the Oscars and stuff like that. But when you listen to those / watch that movie, there's not really an agenda. They're just telling a story, and they're telling it from the standpoint of like, this is my truth. It's not like, oh, this is what's going to garner the most critical acclaim, or this is going to get me an Oscar or a Grammy or whatever.
Just art.
So, yeah, just art. So I can respect that.
Yeah. I think too, recently there's a show called Last of Us. It's one of the biggest shows out right now. And I'm not going to spoil it, but there is a gay couple in the show. And what I took from it is this. This is what happens when there's many, many years of complete underrepresentation. They start to like they when you underrepresent something, you could get into a zone where you start overrepresenting it.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like the average person is not gay. That's like 1% right. So I think that representation does matter for that community, because there are gay people. That is a reality, right? But sometimes they starting to put it a little too much in shows and commercials. It's almost like it's almost like the same thing with black folks, how they start trying to like turn certain superheroes black that was traditionally white. Yeah. When you should just come up with new characters.
You know what I want? I want 13% of the superheroes to be black.
13% because we represent 13% of the country.
Yeah, I'll be cool with that,
Right? That's a good point. If we only represent 13%. So
that's like representation is like what's really going on.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I would hate, like, so for example, I'm writing a movie about Bakersfield. I wouldn't do it to where it's like, it's not representative of what's here. You know what I mean? It's like there's a small Asian population here. There's a few people, but it wouldn't be like 50 Asians everywhere, or like every scene. Like if it's a diner scene or something like that, it's like 3 Asians over here, 3 white people right here, some Indians, and then black people. It's just like I just want something that looks like realistic.
Yeah, that's not organic.
Yeah,
like you're pushing a narrative that's not reflective of real life. Like I think that there's like whenever you see like a interracial couple in movie, you don't see it that often. And I think that like I don't know because what was the movie Bird Box, where that dude I forgot his name. He was
Trevante Rhodes.
Trevante Rhodes is with what the fuck is her name? God damn it. Sandra Bullock.
Sandra Bullock.
That's not a big deal. There's a bunch of interracial couples. And the funny thing about it, though, it's usually a one way. It's usually a black dude with a white chick.
Yeah.
It's not usually a black woman with a white dude.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You see that one a little more than the other.
That movie, You People, that came out. It was like, you don't see it that often, though.
No, not especially not that lopsided. Big white guy and a black woman that looks like that. That you don't really see that.
Yeah,
that's a Hollywood relationship.
That's not happening.
Nah,
he's so far away from her real boyfriend in real life.
Nah, yeah, exactly. She dated a Crip. This nigga just eats sandwiches.
You're rolling 60s. That was crazy.
Yeah, you're rolling 60s Crip.
Yeah.
This is just so off.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, but in regards
and Lil Wayne.
Yeah, right. Exactly. 2 rappers.
2 rappers.
The only rappers he getting out of him is a sandwich rapper. No, but look, when it comes to the movie Last of Us, or the show, the show was like a movie. It's awesome.
Yeah.
But when it came to the gay couple, it didn't trigger me. It didn't bother me. It didn't matter because they did such an amazing job writing that you just seen them as a couple who were trying to survive.
Yeah.
That's all I'll give you guys is that even if you're a person that's like, I'm tired of this gay shit all over everybody trans, like if you're one of those people, you're going to be triggered anyways because you're probably homophobic. Right?
Yeah.
But if you just like good TV and great writing, you will love this show, Last of Us. Great show.
That was dope. Yeah. That's I mean, the same thing I would say. I always go back to Moonlight because I think it's the best representation of a person that's dealing with, like I don't call it a transition, but the only, for lack of a better term, a transition into like understanding themselves as a homosexual. Like most shows, most TV is just not written that well. It's always like some weird, like, some weird reveal, at the end of the show or whatever,
it's
like
just
some
forced.
secret thing going on.
I don't like when all of a sudden, like Batman is trans or something.
Yeah.
You're like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Switching gears. We went on a tangent. All right. Michael B. Jordan. Recently, Michael B. Jordan had an interview with interviewer L'Oreal.
Is that the same person that's on the podcast with Wax?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Shout out to L'Oreal. Michael B. Jordan didn't hesitate to put a red carpet reporter on blast, and he didn't do that. They're just over-exaggerating. During a recent premiere for Creed 3, the actor/director took some time to speak with Morning Hustle host L'Oreal. The interviewer immediately congratulated Jordan on the new film and revealed they were classmates in New Jersey. We go way back, all the way back to Chad Science Academy in Newark, she said.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was the corny kid, right? Jordan responded, referring to remarks on a podcast. Damn, that was remarks on a podcast.
Yeah, I guess she had said that she knew Michael B. Jordan, and she was saying things like, he was a little bit corny, a little bit weird in high school. He was named Michael Jordan, but people was like, he not. Michael Jordan is obviously the greatest basketball player, but he just kind of a weird, awkward kid. Yeah. And then she also said that he would walk around with a headshot, like actors have the headshots, and I think at the time he was like, he was auditioning probably for The Wire and stuff like that. And I think that, most people was just kind of like, what are you doing? Like, we just chilling. Like, we here talking, having lunch and stuff. And you like trying to be this actor.
You're trying to be somebody.
Yeah.
What are you doing trying to be a productive human being in society?
Yeah, yeah.
Just be like us, lost kids.
Be regular, yeah.
All right. L'Oreal laughed off Jordan's comment and insisted she was misquoted. However, the actor pushed back and he said directly, he directly heard the reporter call him corny. No, you didn't. No, you did not hear me say that. I said we used to make fun of the name. she continued before changing the subject. But yeah, he is obviously killing things out here, right? But here's the thing. Michael B. Jordan, when you're that young and you're trying to be somebody and you have this foresight to be this great actor or this human being, it's different than everybody your age. No one has a real trajectory for where they're going, so they're just going to look at you like, what the fuck? I went to high school with this very popular, I won't say popular, but he did a Burger King commercial that was fucking viral back in 2001, right? Little half-black kid. He had curly, like, half-breed hair, right? And he did a Burger King commercial that everybody had seen, and he just popped up at Bakersfield High School. He was like, hey, that's the fucking Burger Kid. Hey, burgers.
They're calling him burgers?
Calling him burgers.
Yeah.
And he was just like, he just looked like what the fuck is wrong with you guys? And the way that we laughed at somebody that was probably making a lot of money residually. Yeah,
or not.
Yeah, what is that noise? The birds?
Those freaking pigeons.
That's an aggressive pigeon. Damn, that. Oh my God.
Ever since they got evicted out of the 6th floor, they've been hanging out.
These some New York pigeons, nigga. It's like, fuck y'all podcast, son. Get the fuck out of here. You get these goddamn Cameron pigeons the fuck out of here. Pigeon outside pigeons. Like pigeon, yeah, the what? Dipset pigeons?
Dipset pigeons.
Pigeon out there like Screwy Louie, Timmy Dewey. Cameron was dope, man. But it's like he was rapping like nobody else.
Yeah, he
like,
had his own style.
She want to screw me. She tried to do me. I told her Louie. She come and screw me, do me. I'm like, all right, Cameron. But you go back and listen, you be like, that nigga was speaking bars right there.
Yeah, he was for sure spitting.
Yeah, but there was a quote or like a statement that was made underneath the comment on TikTok, and it was pretty deep. It's probably the best way to describe this situation with Michael B. Jordan. It said, the axe forgets, but the tree doesn't. Or the tree always remembers, basically. So the axe that was cutting into the tree, it's not going to remember that tree. It just chopped it down. Or it attempted to chop it down. But the tree does not forget you slicing into it. So regardless of Michael B. Jordan being the world's sexiest man and Creed 3 and all these amazing accolades, he doesn't forget you. He doesn't forget what you did to him. You know what I'm saying? Michael B. Jordan has access to all kinds of women and money and all kinds of things. But Michael B. is like, wait a minute. Ain't you the person that called me corny? And he looked her in her eyes and he said, oh, the corny kid, right? And she was like, nah, I was Miss Cordy. He's like, nah, it's cool. What's up, though? How you doing? What's up, though? Like, he was looking at her like, I'm here. Yeah. I'm like, it was more or less like, I'm him.
Yeah.
You interviewed
me.
My
movie premiere.
You at my movie premiere. You know what this is about, right?
Yeah.
And I think he deserved that moment.
Yeah, for sure.
Bro, I can't relate to Michael B. Jordan's success story, but I could relate to some of his origin story. Michael B. Jordan was kind of a nerdy looking kid. Wasn't that great of a looking person. I'm not trying to be mean, but it's the truth. And when you go through that, I wasn't the greatest looking kid growing up. So I remember there was a time this girl, somebody said, that's why you date Eddie. And she's like, I don't date Eddie. And all these girls started laughing, and I didn't know what was going on. And I was like, oh man, that's fucked up.
Like, she just said it as a joke. Like,
yeah, like I guess you could be the butt of someone's jokes without even knowing what's going on. That's how high school is. Junior high and high school could be very cruel that way. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, whatever, right? And then flash forward 9 years later, the same chick's in my inbox trying to suck my dick. Okay,
that's
so
crazy.
At the end of the day, that your prime ended in high school, right? You peaked in high school, but now you 2-3 kids deep, and now you want to try to holler at me? Yeah, the same girl that said ew. Yeah, no, baby, no, thank you. I'm good.
You can listen to my podcast, though.
You listen to the podcast, you ain't get none of this dick, right? And I'm not trying to big myself up. I'm just saying that this is how it works. Yeah. The same people that chastise you in the very beginning of whatever you got going on will be the same people coming back later on. Yeah. There are some girls that were overweight, braces, acne, all that in high school. Didn't get no attention from no boys. They start growing up, they lose weight, they make money, they look beautiful. They don't even look like the girl. And then the same dudes that was probably cracking jokes or didn't give her no attention, them same dudes trying to come back later on. You know what I'm saying? That happens too, because I know some girls that glowed up. Yeah. I know one now, actually. Unfortunately, she's in a relationship. But there's one I know that in high school she wasn't like built like that. But we're all kids in high school. But she was just not that popular girl, right? That pretty popular girl. And I'm gonna tell you something too. Those popular people, the popular people that are the in people in high school, they all get older and either get on drugs or get fat.
They fizzle out for sure.
They either choose burgers or crack. One of them. Or they might be crack burgers. Who knows? If he eating burgers and crack, he's like, you counteracting the fat with the crack and it's drugs.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I know some people I went to school with that made fun of homeless people and became the homeless motherfucker later on.
Yep.
I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
I know people that would crack a joke, see a homeless person, laugh at them, and became that person. I know dudes that would, and it's sad, I know people that would be turning up in high school. We didn't use the word turn up back then, but they'd be in high school or, ditching the drink, alcohol, and smoke cigarettes, and now they're asking people for change. I know a dude that's 1 year younger than me that looked like he's 10 years older than me. But this is what happens, man. At your origin story, or the beginning of whoever you are, people gonna shit on you because you might be not that attractive, or you might be overweight, or you might be short. You know what I'm saying? It's people that will. It's sad, bro. It's people that literally get shitted on for being short.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that?
Yeah.
You imagine how much shame short people get. Short men. Let's be specific. The only people allowed to be short is women. If
They get made fun of too, though.
Nah, really. Fuck no. Not compared to men. Not to men. Not even close.
It's not. They're not shamed, but they definitely get made fun of for sure.
Yeah, but it's different. It's a joke and shame is two different things.
But I'm saying, as the recipient, it doesn't matter. Like, you just. I'm just talking from experience. I know a lot of short women that get made fun of. For sure. Yeah,
but it's different because women that are short, it's appropriated. Even women that are overweight be like, I'm a BBW queen. If you're overweight, man, they not calling you no king. Only king you is the Burger King to them. They're not looking at you like that. When you a short man, they'll say shit like, if you're not, at least please, they'll be on a dating apps like, at least be 6 foot. At least be 5'10". Come on.
Yeah.
Like, men get flat out shamed.
Yeah.
So let's not even go there. Women get shamed for other shit, but when it come to height, the shame goes to the men. So it's men that get shamed just for existing. And they get older. And the thing about it is, it's not the end of your story. Ask Kevin Hart. What is Kevin Hart? 5'5"?
Yeah.
He's like 5'4", 5'5".
But if you're short, you just got to be talented.
Yeah, you better be talented. You better be able to.
There's no glow up.
Nah, you done growing up. So you got to glow up now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that grow up, that what do you call it? Growth spurt ain't coming.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But the Kevin Harts of the world, you be funny or know how to fight or know how to be a professional in something, and that height don't matter.
You'd be like a boxer or something like that.
Yeah, 100%. You know how many women will claim, they'll be like, I can't date a man that's under 5'10", but as soon as the Weeknd show up to town, they trying to get in the backstage with the Weeknd.
Yeah.
Right? So like that's why you can't really worry. Like, you just gotta be the best you can be.
Yeah, just That's I think the thing with bringing it back to Michael B. Jordan is like, I think the most beautiful part of that story is like, if he may not be Michael Jordan, the basketball player, but he definitely got that complex. So I'm sure every person in high school that made fun of him in any capacity, he'd be using that as motivation every time he go on a set, or he don't audition for no roles anymore. But I'm sure he's all that motivation is in the back of his mind. Like all those people that called him corny, all those people that called him weird for carrying headshots to school and stuff like that. It's like, now y'all gotta watch me. I'm gonna do a premiere at my high school and watch all the kids go crazy when I walk into the room. And have all the alumni that may be janitors now or security guards at the school. They gotta eat crow.
Oh yeah, they gotta eat crow. They making fun of him. Jay Farrow is another one. Jay Farrow, the one that Farrow, the one that does all the impressions. He said he was overweight in high school, and people used to crack jokes on him and shit. And he worked on his physique, and he got better at his craft, and he was doing all these skits and meeting up with people and all of that. And now, the game done changed.
Yeah. Yeah,
the game done changed. It's usually and I don't think this is what is it? I don't want to use an incorrect Bible reference, but what did it say? The meek shall inherit the earth. I don't know if that's relevant to this. But I do understand that if you're a person that has been shitted on a lot of your life, just don't give up, bro. Like I that's the most generic statement that I can make, but it's just, bro, you got to keep going.
Yeah, I think that the biggest theme in whatever Michael B. Jordan did is like only you know where you're going.
100%.
You know, it's not for people to understand, you know, why you do what you do, because most people won't get it. I mean, and it's not your fault that they don't get it. It's not our fault that people are like, why y'all keep doing this podcast? Or, you know, every Sunday y'all be doing that? Dang, that's crazy. Like, it's not for everybody to understand, but when you got a goal and, you know, what you're doing aligns with that goal, that's for you to get, because that's just the nature of human beings. Like, I was watching the movie Freedom Riders the other day, and in that movie, obviously the story is that the white teacher comes in to the worst school in LA, and she got a bunch of kids that don't know how to read and all this other stuff, and that are like gang affiliated, and, you know, they're getting jumped and shootings and all these other things. Excuse me. And she basically, at the end of the year, at the end of their high school year or high school career, they all graduated, you know what I mean? And they're successful, you know, citizens in life now. Mm-hmm. And she faced, you know, other teachers saying, like, why are you working so hard? You need to give up on these students. We're not giving them any books because they don't know how to read. They're just using these books as, like, you know, paper to write graffiti, and all, you know, it's like all these things stacked up against her. But in her mind, she knew that if she kept trying different things, you know, the goals that she had would eventually get accomplished because she was putting the work in. But that's just the nature of the game. Like, not everybody is going to be there to support you. Some people is like, they just don't see the vision, and some people are projecting. Like, you know, I imagine there's a lot of people that went to that school in Newark, in New Jersey, and was like, in the back of their mind, like, man, I want to be an actor, but I don't have the courage to do it, so I'm gonna just make fun of this dude right here.
There you go.
You know?
There you go. Mm-hmm. And the funny thing too is some of you guys got a bunch of content and stuff. You too afraid to post it. You post everybody else's content, not realizing that you have some level of how do you say it? You have some level of I'm losing my words here. Mm-hmm. You have talent. You have some level of talent yourself, but you don't put it out there because you're too afraid, right? You share everybody else's shit because you lack confidence. Truth be told, the person that you're afraid of chastising you for what you're doing, they're not doing nothing. Mm-hmm. The best they can do is comment on what you do.
Yeah.
That's the best they got. Mm-hmm. That is literally the best they got.
Yeah, man.
Bro, you have you have to keep going. You have to keep going, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
You have to keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
For sure.
I was going to say.
Yeah. And I think that the beautiful thing about that interaction is that Michael B. Jordan wasn't disrespectful. Like, no. And I think at a certain level, you know, you definitely not going to forget people calling you corny in high school. But at a certain level, he probably like, it's high school, you know, so I'm going to give her this energy right here. But at the same time, I'm not going to... I
don't know what that's. Is it still recording?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that, dude? This is the third week it's done it. But I don't hear it when it comes back recording.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. But yeah, so, you know, he's doing that, like, he's still present in the interview, but he letting her know, like, yeah, this he just acknowledging, you know, that kind of tension. But at the same time, he carried on. He was very professional. He gave her the interview and he moved on. And then at the end, she was like, well, Michael B. Jordan ain't corny no more. And she had to eat that.
Yeah, she did, but she's successful in her own right too. Let's highlight that. Shout out to L'Oreal. It's not easy to get where she got to, but she can't take back what she said about him. Yeah. That nigga's the opposite of corny.
Yeah,
like he's literally a very self-made, hardworking man.
Yeah,
right. So shout out to Michael B. Jordan. It's a couple ways. I think the biggest stunt or the best way to hit people back without having a visceral reaction is just how he did that interview. Mm-hmm. But you know what that what that showed me about him is his self-mastery. Mm-hmm. Like he didn't say, yeah, I'm the corny kid you was talking shit about. Yeah, but no, he didn't do none of that. Mm-hmm. He said, yeah, you know the corny kid. You know, no, I'm here though. How you doing? What's up though? How you doing? Right? You could either do it the way he did it there, or you could just do the interview, don't say nothing, and then later on when you having like a dinner or an event, go get the most expensive bottle, probably get 4 or 5 of them, and then send it to her table and be like, from the corny kid. Yeah. I sent your yearly salary to your table in champagne and wine.
Yeah.
From the corny kid. You have a great day. Go ahead and take that to your family.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the thing. I don't gotta flip out on you to stunt on you. I could just keep living. That's the biggest stunt. Mm-hmm. I don't have to react to what you said about me.
Yeah.
Anybody it's some people that probably listen to the podcast like, these dudes really think they're gonna make it somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, man, Keith is stupid. Eddie is stupid.
You got to say it out loud, though, so we could double
say it out loud so we can hear it.
Yeah.
It
don't work if you're just saying it at home.
Yeah, you saying it at home because now you can act like you're a supporter when we make it.
Yeah.
Right. And you can be like, I remember back in the day when you guys, I've been a supporter from day one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. Keep that same energy. Mm-hmm. Keep that same energy because success is loud. You ain't even got to say nothing. Mm-hmm. It'll be some column about Eddie and Keith. Eddie and Keith signed $30 million deal with Spotify, right? It'll be a column on Bakersfield, KGET News. Mm-hmm. 2 local podcasters signed massive podcast deal with Spotify or Barstool Network. And I'll be like, oh, fuck. Mm-hmm. I hate those niggas.
Yeah. You got to eat that.
You got to eat that, bro. Mm-hmm. And all I got to do, I don't got to point out somebody hating on me. Mm-hmm. All I got to do is just keep living.
Yeah.
That's all I got to do is keep living. I ain't got to post no cars. I ain't got to do nothing. Mm-hmm. The biggest stunt on you is if you see me in public and I'm driving a GT 500, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, that's Eddie. Mm-hmm. With the tinted windows. He rolled his windows down so I could see him.
Yeah. That's it. He rolled his windows down. Yeah, that nigga still look the same.
Yeah, that nigga still, he ain't even getting older, man. That's how it is, man. I don't think people get that, man. I'll end it with this, though. I don't know who I'm speaking to directly when I say this, but just please keep going. Mm-hmm. Just keep going, man. I know. Trust me. I know. And a lot of people probably shitted on you most of your life for reasons you can't even control. Talked down on you, laughed at you, made you the butt of jokes. Mm-hmm. Man, just keep going because they going to have to eat that shit.
Yeah.
And they probably either going to be quiet and just fade off into obscurity because they can't take it, or they going to have to be like, good job, man. Yeah, that's dope that you're a millionaire now. Mm-hmm. Or that's dope that you're a musician on tour.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's dope that you made it into the UFC, man. Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Niggas don't want to give you credit, but they get you push them so far into a corner where now they got to do it. That's the most satisfying thing. Mm-hmm. You're like, oh, okay, hey, appreciate you, man. Mm-hmm. You're deep down inside, you're like, yeah, fuck you, bitch ass nigga. You was the main one over there talking.
Hater.
Yeah. All right, switching gears. Goals take discipline, not motivation. I was talking about, well, I posted this too, but I think people get it twisted. The same people that post all these motivational videos and motivation quotes, motivation is fleeting, man.
Yeah.
In order to make it anywhere in life, you got to have discipline. You got to have self-discipline. Mm-hmm. You know, there's some people that stop going to the gym because their friends stopped going to the gym. And they're like, I don't have a workout partner. I can't work out anymore. Take your stupid ass to the gym by yourself.
Nigga.
Self-discipline is
especially Planet Fitness. You don't need no spotter. You go in there and get your workout in.
Yeah, they ain't got heavy enough weights in there for you to be doing that. They only go up to 75 pounds. So it's like, bro, self-discipline is that it's like when things happen in your life, they don't give you an excuse to just go off the rails and not do shit. Mm-hmm. You know, the next day after my dad died, I was at the gym. Mm-hmm. Actually, no, the 2 days. Saturday I went out there. Sunday I was at the gym. Mm-hmm. And also Sunday I did a podcast. Mm-hmm. Okay? Things don't stop because of what you're going through. That takes discipline. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you may not have a motivation, but once you get in that situation, you're like, I'm so glad I went to the gym today because I did not want to come. I didn't want to train. I didn't want to work out. I wasn't feeling it. I was making every excuse in my mind to lay back down and hit the fucking snooze button. Yeah. But I'm here. I had a great workout. Now let me start my day.
Yeah.
Now let me make a good lunch, a health-conscious lunch. And let me eat something healthy for dinner. Let me get that extra protein shake in, you know, so this could also triple and double down on where I want to be in the future, right?
Yeah.
That's not even motivation. That's just like you're beating this shit into yourself because you know where you want to go. Like if you, let's say for example, you're a professional fighter, right? Boxing or MMA. Nigga, them practices ain't fun all the time. You getting socked in the head. You getting slammed. You getting choked out. They trying to submit you.
Yeah.
You trying to learn your opponent. You going through all this shit all the time. That shit ain't fun all the time. Especially when your knee hurting and the motherfucker kicking you in the knee now, right? And you can't tell him, hey, take it easy on my knee, because the nigga in the fight ain't gonna take it easy on your knee. Okay? So that's a part. The journey is the biggest thing.
Yeah.
The journey, the only fun part is the destination. A lot of the journey ain't fun, bro.
Not at all.
Nah.
Yeah, but that's, I remember I had that revelation years ago, like 20, probably a little after I graduated college and like, no, before, probably like 2014, 2015, somewhere in there. I was working out, like that's when I was boxing, pretty heavily, like, Monday through Friday with me and my older brother. And I remember just like not feeling like running, right? Not feeling like, doing a workout on whatever day. And then I try to put on like the videos, like the, like whatever, they had the people working out and then the people,
that's back when those videos
speaking.
First start popping up.
Yeah, And I was like, yo, I just need this to just get me, just to get me up, get me going. And it didn't work. Like I was still tired. I still didn't want to do it. I didn't get up. And then that's when it dawned on me, like, I think I literally texted my brother. I was like, yo, this is not about motivation. It's just about like the discipline to do it every single day. And, that revelation has stuck with me because, and sometimes you need to be reminded, but, it stuck with me because, there's just days where you don't feel like waking up early. There's days where you just don't feel like getting out of the bed. There's days where you might want to watch The Last of Us instead of, going to the gym, whatever the case may be. But you realize like all of that is in the world of just excuses, all of that. And, the excuses, the excuse is just, it means nothing because it's not necessarily connected to what you're trying to do. Right?
100%.
In the world of like going to the gym every single day, you can be tired and go to the gym.
Yes.
Or you can have energy and go to the gym.
Yes.
You can be hungry and go to the gym.
Yes.
You can be cold and go to the gym. You can be hot and go to it. Like there's a scenario where you can do all these things outside. Like you have to be responsible for your health.
100%.
Obviously Eddie drives trucks, so he don't want to be like, working off of 3 hours of sleep and then just hitting the gym. And like you got to be responsible for, that your health, of course.
Yes.
But outside of that, like, whether you got your 6 hours, 7 hours of sleep and you still tired, like, nigga, get up.
Get up, motherfucker.
It just don't matter. Or, whatever it is, when you want to go to the studio or you don't feel like recording or you got writer's block or whatever the case may be, just put the work in, put the pen to the pad, do whatever, if you're a content creator, create the content, whether you feel like it or not. And every time you do that, you start to build this callus to like,
bullshit.
Yeah. I mean, you start to realize like it doesn't matter the circumstances. And you start to like really, cause a lot of us, no one wants to go to the top by themselves. Right. So when you start to develop that for yourself and you start to develop that integrity for yourself, the world around you starts to look like that.
Oh yeah.
Like you don't know how many people, us doing this every Sunday, people be like, yo, like they ain't missed a Sunday in 5 years. Like if I can't, be consistent, like, there's no excuse for me.
Yeah.
It doesn't always work out like that because it takes a lot. They say it's like it's simple, but it's not easy, right? And I think for us, it's just like blocking out Sunday in general, or if it doesn't work out Sunday, like how during the week can we make it work? But there's not really a scenario. We've been through it all. Like in 5 years of your life, you'll go through every scenario possible. Yeah. Whether it's a breakup, whether it's a death in the family, your father, your uncle, tired, music videos, traveling, whatever
Doesn't
the case
matter.
may be. Like it's all like there's a world where it can all get done.
Discipline is important because it bleeds into everything. For example, let's say I do a crazy shift. I'm at work like 17, 18 hours. I'm tired as fuck. I get home, I go to sleep. But let's say I'm married or I got a girlfriend and we haven't went out and done anything for a while. I'm going to get up from my bed. I'm be like, hey, we going out of town. We finna go get something to eat. We finna go to Magic Mountain. We finna do this. Because you still have an obligation to the person you love, right? And you may not be motivated to want to go out and do things, but it's a certain amount of discipline that you have to say, hey, I'm going to do what I need to do to make my relationship work.
Yeah.
So that also takes discipline. You're not always going to be motivated. You're not always going to be motivated to go with your lady to the mall and she takes all fucking day. But these are certain things you still need to do because you have to be devoted to things that matter. If your girlfriend matters, if your wife matters, your discipline needs to bleed into your relationship. If your health matters, that discipline needs to bleed into going to the gym and eating right. If you have a goal in mind, that discipline needs to bleed into it. Because at the end of the day, you know what, like guys like Eric Thomas and Tony Robbins, they make money off of people with low integrity because these motherfuckers don't want to get up.
Yeah.
That's why they make so much money, because they're literally trying to speak life into these people. You got Eric Thomas is like, I ate out of trash cans. I dropped out of school. I read at this age level, this age group. I went to school. I did this. I did that. And the people will leave and they'll be on fire. I mean, they'll leave and they'll be like, they ready to run through a wall. But by that second week, they're already back to making excuses. You want to know why? It's not because of motivation. It's because we're creatures of habit. They
haven't built that discipline.
They haven't built up discipline. We are creatures of habit. And habitually, we build these things up over time. So if you're 35, you got 35 years of bullshit that you gotta fight against every day.
Yeah.
You have to fight against it every single day in order for you to change as a human being. And you want to know what's crazy too? I talked about this with Keith. Like when it comes down to this basic things, the reason why I am a lot more clean now. I wasn't like ever a filthy, dirty person, or like my house wasn't always filthy. But I would tend to like leave a shirt here on the ground, or leave this there, or leave that there. But at the end of the day, there's no reason why your house shouldn't be spotless. Like if you're the only one there too, I understand we get a little clutter, but you need to keep your area clean, keep your car clean, keep your house clean, right? And you have to be that person because you're not that person. So since I'm not a super crazy clean person, that's why I'm a clean person now. I don't know if you guys get that. But if you're not built like that, you need to fucking know it. Don't be in the gym like, yeah, I'm in the gym, you know, and you could be I know some people that and this is directed right at the men right here too. There are a lot of men that was in a relationship and they was in a relationship and they broke up and they was going to the gym 4 or 5 times a week. They lost 65 pounds. They're fucking ripped. They're jacked, big chest, big arms, big shoulders. They hitting legs 2-3 times a week. They look amazing. They ain't never looked this good in their life. They meet a girl and they fuck it off. They go right to being overweight. They pander to the women they date. They kissed the woman's ass. The woman got them all mentally unhealthy. And the next time you see them, they done gain every pound and more back. You don't ever meet somebody. This is the problem. You lack discipline, homie. And if you meet a woman and you lack discipline, they don't respect men like that. They genuinely don't. Women will look at your life and look at how much discipline you lack, and they will treat you based off that. So a lot of dudes be like obsessed with women. And you ever notice how there's a common theme where when they're obsessed with women tend to not respect them? I've noticed it. I think you should treat women with respect, and you should be respectful to them and treat them good. However, you shouldn't be like running behind a woman and trying to meet every fucking need that she has. You need to have integrity and have a life of your own, because if you do not, women will see that and they will step all over your ass.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing is just respecting yourself. Like
exactly.
You can't a relationship is a two people coming together.
100%.
Right? It's not always us, you know. You can only control yourself. So, you know, that requires you handling your business, whether that's your health, your job, your finances and stuff like that. And then together y'all can create this beautiful bond. But it doesn't work if you just, you kind of get very loose and sloppy and you calling out of work all the time.
There you go.
All these different things. You're not picking up around the house,
There
whatever
you
the
go.
case may be. So
There you go. You just said it. But you just made a point that I was making without actually saying it, is you need to respect yourself. When you respect yourself, people tend to respect you.
Yeah, for sure.
That's how it goes, homie. And also too, like, even just the little shit, like, if I'm a grown man, a woman shouldn't have to pick up behind me. You know what I'm saying? That's just the truth.
That's basic.
I respect women who are very clean, but the reason why it's important too for as a man to be disciplined into yourself is because if you do find a woman that you love and you want to spend the rest of your life with, you don't need to inconvenience her. You'll be wasting your time and inconveniencing everybody you are with because you don't have any fucking discipline. Let's say, for example, you a guy that goes, this is how it starts. This is how dudes gain a bunch of weight and just get super lazy. They'll get with a chick, they've been going to the gym all the time, whatever, and the girl's like, skip the gym, let's go eat. Let's go to this restaurant. And you're like, okay, let's do it. Automatically, with just that one interaction, this woman knows she could get you off your square. If you tell her, hey, no, we go to that restaurant, but I got to hit the gym first. That's purpose. That's discipline. We can still have fun, but I got to do me. I got to do what's right by me. If I do what's right by me, I can do what's right by you at the same time.
Yeah.
But the point I'm trying to make with this is not even about relationships. It's about discipline trumping everything. Everything. I may not look exactly how I want to look today, but I've been working my ass off. I've been tracking everything I eat for the past over 30 days now. I've lost minimal pounds, but I'm busting my ass. I came to the gym before I went here. Went home, ate, got in the shower, came right to do a podcast. Okay? So maintaining that level of discipline is going to help me long term because I'm going to keep it 100 with you. Eddie ain't always been like that. In fact, there's still a lot of things I'm working on. I'm speaking as a person that's a working progress.
Yeah.
But I notice my bullshit. I'll be like,
yeah. I think that's the biggest thing in this whole conversation is that when the excuses are real for you, like when the excuse that I was late because it was traffic was bad, when that excuse lives for you like a reality, like there's nobody that can tell you any different, that's the world of like you're not ever gonna get nothing accomplished. But when you can realize that you're late to a place because you didn't leave early enough, and then you could take that same example and use it across your whole life. Like I am overweight because I don't have discipline in my diet. Right. I'm overweight because I don't get up and go to the gym. You know, I don't have money saved in the bank because I don't save money, not because stuff is expensive or not because, you know, rent is going up or all these different things. Like when you start to get out of that world of excuses, that's where the power is. And when you just recognize they're just excuses. But when you, excuse me, when you don't realize it, when you just like, you know, it's just like, oh man, I need to look at the Eric Thomas video. I need to look at the Gary Vee video or whatever the case may be to get me going. You know, you just gonna fall back into that same pattern a week later. You know, that's the same thing with New Year's resolutions. It's all we're motivated because it's a new year. Excuse me. But then come January 15th, it's just like, oh dang, like, I don't feel like going to the gym right now. I'll go tomorrow. I don't feel like going to the gym. I'll go tomorrow. And the next thing you know, it's been 2-3 months.
Another thing, too, we live in a society where they're trying to appropriate everything. And that's because people don't have any fucking discipline.
Yeah.
It's got nothing to do with, oh, you're shaming this and you're shaming this and you're wrong for this. No, motherfucker, you don't have any discipline. And you want the world to succumb to your ineptitude and your lack of motivation is the reason why you want the world to succumb to your lack of discipline. It's got nothing to do with anything else. We appropriate laziness. We appropriate obesity. We appropriate drug use. We appropriate everything. And it's because we don't have any fucking discipline. If we had discipline, we wouldn't have this problem. It's just the bottom line. I'm sorry. I've people that I've known like, hey, man, they're hiring over here, man. I know you haven't had a job in a while. Man, I ain't working for the white man just to do this and that. Yeah. I'm thinking, oh, so you rather be broken ass people for money, motherfucker?
That's crazy, yeah.
It doesn't hurt you to bother people and inconvenience people asking them for money all the time?
Yeah. Yeah, it be people like that without no jobs. They always have like an excuse, like, man, I ain't working over there.
Corporate America just holding people down anyway.
Yeah,
Well, I want to work.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So it's okay for you to just sit there and do nothing and be a grown adult, and the whole world has to find a way to take care of your fucking ass.
Yeah,
Who do you
man, I
think
don't
you
like
are?
the hours. I don't really like the graveyard shift. You ain't got no money though.
Yeah, you don't like the graveyard shift, but you're going to be in the grave from not having no money, motherfucker. You better
It's a
do
real
something.
graveyard shift.
Yeah, you better do something, motherfucker.
Yeah,
Some
for
people
sure.
are like, oh, they're fat shaming this and that. Let me preface the statement with this. I don't think somebody should be shamed for how they look or their height or any of that. However, there's two sides to this fat shaming shit. One of them is it's wrong that people just are unsolicited just talking shit about a person, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you crack a joke on somebody fat or you crack fat jokes, I don't see a problem with that. But when you literally find a person who's doing nothing to you and you're just assaulting them with just fucked up words and they're not even they ain't trying to roast back nothing and you just being fucked up, that is wrong, right? But the other flip side to that is you lazy and you are undisciplined and you want the world to succumb to the fact that you are morbidly obese. No. No, 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 no. We ain't doing that, right? Because if truth be told, the same person that's way overweight, they'll be shaming somebody for not having a job. You sitting there weighing 400 pounds like, you need to get a job. Well, he can turn right around and say, you need to lose some weight. It's the truth.
That's facts.
You want to appropriate you being way overweight, but you want to shame somebody for not having a job. You need to, this is what I'm saying. You need to be standing in a place of discipline before you try to say anything about someone else.
Yeah.
If you're living in a position of a lack of discipline, don't open your mouth about other people.
Yeah. You don't want to be like coaching people from the nosebleeds.
Right.
Yeah. Don't tell
Right.
LeBron James that he needs to help out on that defensive play or whatever when you chubby sitting in the thing.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
The only thing you can tell me is how to eat a sandwich. How many angles can I eat a sandwich in?
Yeah.
Right? There are people in our comment section on YouTube. There's a video we got is just a bunch of hateful comments because we cracked the joke on Rich Boy, right?
Yeah.
And then somebody said, if I was them, I would have said, well, create your own platform, you sorry motherfucker.
Go do it.
Go create your own platform. We've been doing this for 5 years. You got a clip out of us, and you feel like you talking like you know our whole existence, motherfucker. You don't know us. You haven't listened to no fucking content. If you did, you would understand the nuance of Keith and Eddie. But you don't. You are a person in the comments who creates nothing. All you got is a fucking opinion. Congratulations, dick face. Okay? These people are crazy. The same motherfuckers that will be like, I would have said this. Well, you can say this. Just create your own platform. Oh, but you suck. And no one wants to listen to you.
Yeah.
Okay? That's the fucking problem with these people, man. It's wild.
Yeah.
It's a wild world. It's a wild world, man. Work on your discipline, man. That's all I can tell you.
That's the biggest thing.
It's a long journey. But I think I'll say this before we wrap this up, because we'll do one more topic and we'll get you out of here, Keith.
Okay.
I think when it comes to discipline, it comes down to the things that you don't even consider. The friends that you have, the food that you eat, the clothes that you wear, the conversations that you have, the things you do. All of those things bleed into your life. Every fucking thing. And you don't realize it. But you might be trying to be on a straight and narrow with one of your homies and be like, man, you've been working hard, man. Let's go get some food. Let's go do this and that. And it's like, truth be told, your friend is a fucking bum. And he wants you to be a bum just like him. You might have to get rid of that motherfucker for you to excel. That takes discipline. Yeah. You might have to look at his life. Just if the next time one of your friends do that, look at their life, look at where they're going, and you just get rid of them.
Yeah.
And it sucks. And they're gonna say, oh man, Eddie changed, man. Keith changed, man. They think they somebody, this and that. Well, you can say that, and that's cool. But let's revisit this conversation in 5 years, and we'll talk about it. Okay?
Yeah, you want to surround yourself with a partner, with friends, with family that's that like encourages you to do the right thing, you know,
Right.
and not in like the dare sense, you know what I mean? But like in the sense of like, yo, like go hit the gym, man. I ain't seen you in the gym in a while. What's going on? Let's meet up or something like that. Versus, you know, the person that's like, oh, let's go to this fast food or this restaurant, and you know, and we ain't been to the gym in 3 weeks or something. Like you just want, you know, you just want that person that gives you that timely, yo, you should be writing. Hey, like I ain't seen you on stage in a minute. You ain't did stand up in a minute, man. Like let's go to the open mic, whatever the case may be. So yeah, you just want to surround yourself with those type of people, because when somebody else is invested in your success, it makes your life a lot easier. And that's just one thing that I realized.
You know, the pushback on this is like, well, everybody doesn't have goals to achieve all these great things. Some of us are content with our lives, and we don't have to work hard, and we just love how we are. Okay, cool. Make different friends then. Mm-hmm. I don't have to be your friend. I'm not judging where you want to go. But we can also be friends if you're a person that doesn't try to inhibit where I'm going. Mm-hmm. Just because you've decided that you don't care much about much, that's okay. Mm-hmm. But it's going to be hard for you to support a guy that wants to be very successful, and you just are just living a regular life. You're going to start looking at that person different. Mm-hmm. Imagine how I feel for somebody posted this in the comments. What the hell was that in my mouth? But hair in my mouth. Somebody posted, dang, it must be a trip, because when LeBron broke the record, he had his high school teammates there. Mm-hmm. They said, damn, imagine working a 9-to-5 and your teammate was LeBron James. Right? And I don't think that matters.
Yeah.
But here's the flip side to it. Most people think like that because they can't support something that great.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
They like, yo, I got to clock in at Target tomorrow. Why the fuck am I over here at LeBron's game? But then there's other people that's like, yo, LeBron is great. My job in my life has nothing to do with LeBron. I'm here to support him.
Not at all. I mean, like, I've went to school with, like, a handful of professional athletes, and I don't look at them like I failed.
Right, 100%.
You know, like Tyron Wallace, he played in the NBA, and Mercy, he plays in the CFL, and he got a tryout for the Eagles. Like, I don't look at my life like I failed. It's like, yo, good for them. They really put the work in, you know?
Yeah, that's true. But you have to understand a lot of people don't look at it that way. Mm-hmm. You could just be living your life, and these people see you on TV. Hey, big shot. Mm-hmm. Must be nice. Must be nice has to be the most backhanded fucking. It's not even a compliment. It's just a fucked up statement.
Yeah. What
do you mean must be nice, motherfucker? I work for this.
Yeah, every minute, every second of it.
Must be nice. Mm-hmm. That's just jealousy. That's subliminal jealousy. Must be nice.
Must be nice is like a lucky statement.
Yeah.
Like, if I win the lottery or something, I think you can tell me must be nice.
Yeah.
But if I worked in any capacity to earn the $1 billion or whatever, then it is nice. Nigga, it's not a must be.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
It's very nice. Mm-hmm. I had a threesome last night.
Yeah.
That's the thing, man. Don't like, at the end of the day, it's not your job as a person to try to like redirect someone's energy and tell them how they should perceive you. But at the same time, don't let a motherfucker play you.
That's facts.
You worked hard for that, man.
Yeah, that's real.
You did. So fuck them. All right, switching gears. We'll wrap it up after this. Stop using clinical terms for cheating. There's a lot of people that say like, you know what, I was a narcissist and I was insecure, which is why I cheated on my wife. Nigga, you just wanted some pussy. Can you stop the cap, please? I be seeing people do this, or a woman will be like, I just felt really alone in my relationship, and I just, emotionally I wasn't with my husband anymore. Yeah. Oh, so that's why you got fucked in the ass by that dude. Oh, that explains it. Mm-hmm. People are so full of shit. Mm-hmm. It's at the end of the day, cheating itself takes a lot of thinking, a lot of strategy. You got to hide messages. You got to find out who fucking over whose house or what hotel, when y'all gonna meet up. Yeah. Stop it.
You got to know your partner's work schedule.
Everything.
Yeah, you got to know, you got to also know, if there's any surprise things.
Right.
Like if your partner could come home for lunch and all these different things. It's just too much work.
Just fucking stop it.
Yeah.
I hate it that people try to give these clinical terms for cheating. Yeah. Yes, and the thing about it is me, I'm a Sagittarius, and I learned, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
What do a Sagittarius got to do with you sucking dick?
Yeah.
Okay? It didn't matter what your horoscope was when you was blowing that guy. Okay?
Yeah.
That didn't fucking matter then. Shut up.
Yeah.
You don't. It goes back to the conversation. You don't have discipline Because if you were devoted to your wife or your husband, you would say, you know what? Teresa got a fat ass and I want to fuck her, but I love my wife.
That's wild.
My wife is good to me.
It might be best just not to even say that.
What?
Just keep those thoughts in your head.
What?
Teresa's fat ass. Don't say those words out loud. That's like 5% cheat. If you say that.
You might manifest the pussy accidentally. And they go from Teresa got a fat ass. I don't want to do nothing with her. And Teresa, you got a fat ass.
That's what I'm saying. You got to chill.
That's 5% cheating. Oh my God. Yeah. But basically what I'm saying is you could acknowledge your sexual attraction for someone else, but you understand that like you're reacting off of like primal urges.
Yeah.
You're not reacting decent. You're not being a decent person.
Yeah, for sure.
No, and the person that's at home, you say, look, if we gonna break up, it's gonna be because we had differences, we had problems that we tried to work through and it didn't work. Yeah. But I'm not gonna lose my relationship because I couldn't keep my fucking dick in my pants.
That's just a stupid way to go out.
That's stupid, man. And people say like, oh, well, you ain't got enough. Well, if you had a bunch of options, then you would cheat. And I'm thinking like, well, motherfucker, you don't know who I am. You don't know what I'm about.
I think most people got options. Like, if you've had sex before you got in a relationship, then you probably got some options out there somewhere. Because more times than not, like you know, the person that you have some type of relations with, they go through they breakups and get-togethers, and they probably gonna be single, and they probably gonna reach out to you or slide in your DMs in some capacity. They're going to be available for you, especially if you put it down.
100%.
They're going to be available for you in some capacity.
That's a good point. That's true.
So it ain't like, Michael B. Jordan obviously got endless options.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
But, even if you just Joe Blow from, whatever, Paso Robles or whatever, you still got some. It may not be like options, but it may be, a couple people you can talk to. Or you can, it's dating apps and stuff, you know how that goes.
Yeah. In regards to that too, with the cheating thing, I think you have to, how do I say this? If you have if you feel like you have the capacity or the foresight to be a husband or wife, right? I think that starts before you get in a relationship.
Yeah.
And let me explain what I mean.
Starts in the gym.
It starts. That's a good point. It starts. It starts while you're single. For example, this is what people like on average do. They're single. They're like, I'm going to the club. I'm gonna do me. I'm gonna live my life. And what that means is I'm gonna fuck who I want. I'm gonna go talk to as many people as I want. And then they get in a relationship, and now all of a sudden they have to start changing. That's fake. When you're a person and you get single, right? And let's say if you've never had an experience like where you talk to people and did that, okay, fine, do you. But if you've done that before, there's no need to really go into that. If you say, look, I do want somebody seriously, so let me conduct myself like a person who wants something. I'm not saying that don't mean you can't fuck somebody here and there. That just means I'm going to conduct myself in a decent way. And I'm going to embed certain principles in myself because by the time I meet somebody, I don't want to play catch up, right? If you cheated in your last relationship and that was 6 months ago and now you in a new one, you still the same nigga that couldn't keep his dick in his pants. You didn't really go through any moment where you had solitude and you had moments of clarity. People don't have any clarity anymore. They just jump from one relationship to the next. Yeah. They break up and they with a new motherfucker in 2 months. Do you think 2 months is enough to get over 5 years? If you was in a relationship with a motherfucker for 5 years and now 2 months later you in a new relationship, you still got that other relationship that you a part of.
You got remnants on you.
You got more than remnants.
Yeah.
The new dude that you met got less real estate than the old motherfucker.
Yeah. Because your DNA, he still got your DNA. You still got his DNA in you somewhere.
You still got some sperm residue in there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're still trying. That
they
nigga
could do a swab down there and say like, "Oh, that was Tyrone."
Yeah, that nigga still fertilizing your egg.
Sperm floating around in there.
Yeah, that nigga sperm still trying to swim up there. But that's the thing, man. People don't take enough time to themselves. They don't have any discipline.
Yeah, I think I will say though, even with all that, like, it's not once a cheater, always a cheater. That statement isn't true.
No,
I
it's
do
not.
know people that have, they've lost the world, whether it was a wife or, a girlfriend that really was supportive and took care of them and all these different things. And then, they used whatever they learned in that relationship, to, make the next woman, happy and, and not cheat in that relationship. So it's the same sort of thing where you were saying like, I clean because I'm not clean or something like that. Like the same thing with, with cheat or like reform cheaters, as I would say. A lot of them, you say I'm not a cheater anymore. And then you put the system in place in order to not let it happen again. And that may be deleting your social media. Some people go as far as that. That may be, not putting yourself in spaces where you're alone with a woman you're attracted to. You might be like, oh, if it's a professional setting, you may have a secretary around or like an assistant around that's always going to be there. So you're not, having, so much alone time with these people or, cutting certain conversations off after a certain hour. Like I'm not going to talk to this person past 6 p.m. or, whatever the case may be, just putting systems in place because that, if you go back into those old habits, then you're going to be knee deep in some pussy.
Yeah, and it works both ways, too, because the whole work husband thing is a real thing. I've seen motherfuckers that go from a work husband where they cracking jokes, they look a little too comfortable, and then they start fucking each other. I've seen that. And I think that what happens, too, is even there, like you have to put the restrictions on yourself, kind of what you were saying. If you see an attractive woman at the gym, and let's say you're married or in a relationship and you have no reason to interact with her, stay the fuck away from her. Because truth be told, it sucks to say this, a lot of women don't care if you are in a relationship. Yeah, a lot of women are morally bankrupt and they will fuck you anyways and make you the bad guy. Like he had a girlfriend and you knew he had a girlfriend. You knew it. You knew what the fuck.
They'll entertain it and then try to put you on blast. On an Instagram story.
Right. Like you'll never look good trying to make somebody look bad. Okay. Was that a bird?
Yeah.
God damn.
They're going crazy.
Nigga,
you never hear it because you hear it pretty late, but they be going crazy during the day.
He ran into the fucking side. Oh my God.
Yeah. They got to put those little spike things up there because them birds is annoying.
That's a 50-cent bird. He is flying into the freaking window like, I'm a Brooklyn nigga.
Many men.
We still love me if I make burgers at Burger King. Girl, love me if I was down. I can see that right now, making an animated like cartoon of like a pigeon.
Yeah.
Like Nate Dogg would be a pigeon if he was an animal. Just like his whole little laid back demeanor.
Yeah.
Girl.
With a headband on.
Yeah. Would you love me if I was down? 50 Cent, I don't know what animal he'd be.
What would he be?
That nigga be like a crow. Yo.
He'd be like a condor.
Yeah. Probably would. Yeah. But no, man, there's that. I think that when it comes down to the whole cheating thing, stop trying to make clinical terms and explanations for why you did it. You just lack discipline. And you also put yourself in positions that cause you to do that. I think as a man, when you're doing things, when you're exhibiting single behavior and you're a married or a man in a relationship, that's a problem, right? When you are a dude that is, let's say, I don't know, what's a way to do it? When you're just literally walking up to women trying to have conversation, and you can say to yourself, like, I'm not trying to get no pussy, I'm just trying to be friendly. No, you are. You're just lying to yourself, and you've created a habit of hitting on women for no reason. Right, and here's the thing that's gonna piss some women off, but I'm being real. When women are seeking attention in the gym and wearing very skimpy shit, that is a problem. Because what you're doing with your ass cheeks out while you're doing your squats, you're trying to get single woman attention while being in a relationship.
Yeah, that's not good.
And that ain't good. Because back in the day, women were at least decent enough that if they were with a man, they knew that doing that was almost like a scream for attention if you did some shit like that.
I think the best way to go about that is like you want to look good for yourself.
Right.
And then you want to look good for your partner, you know? So if y'all going out somewhere and you like a nice dinner or something, like obviously you want to, I guess, like turn your partner on in some capacity, whether it's a nice dress or a nice suit or something like that. But if you like putting whatever on, like to, like you said, go to the gym by yourself, or you putting whatever on just to like, I don't know, run to the grocery store or whatever, you got the little yoga pants with the little scrunchy part where the booty is, like you're just doing too much.
You're doing too much. And the thing about it is you're doing way too much for attention.
Yeah.
I don't think it's okay to seek attention from everyone while being in a relationship. And then you got the nerve to turn around and say people looking at you. Of course people looking at you. You got a big old booty and your motherfucking ass cheeks out.
Yeah, Teresa.
Any man that's, I don't know why Teresa's got big asses, but any man who is heterosexual does not have to be a creep to notice that you have a fat booty. You are putting it on display. Of course we're going to fucking look, right?
Yeah.
If a man is in a relationship, and let's just say the dude has large genitals and he wearing gray sweatpants, a woman gonna tell you to go back in the house.
Yeah, you got to put some different pants
You got to
on.
put some different shit on.
Yeah.
Because they don't want you out there looking like that. And they'll tell you, or they'll say, hey, can you put your shirt on? I've seen women tell their boyfriend, why do you have to, can you put your shirt on before you go out? Because they know that you're sexually attractive, you have a nice body, and if you just walk around with your shirt off, you might look a little available as a man.
For sure.
Just
I've done that before. Like, definitely been like, and I don't like to control what people do, but it's like at the same time, like, it's embarrassing for your partner to just look a certain way. And I'm not one, and it's cool. Like, some people like it. Some people like, people liking their partner.
That's insecurity a lot of time, though.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to get into their psychology, but I just know for me, like, I would just say, like, there was like a time where my girl bought like a bathing suit, and it was like, on the surface when you buy it, or maybe you see it online, you're like, oh, this is pretty cool. And then when she put it on, it was like the cheeks was out, and I was like, I don't know about that one. You gonna have to, you have to wear that. You gonna wear that to the bathroom. And take a shower with that one.
I don't think there's nothing wrong with checking your partner, whether it's woman or man.
Yeah,
and I don't mean checking them in a bad way, but they might not be aware of what they're doing. It might be unconscious behavior. Because you got to realize that some women that's not decent. They might be good women, but they all their friends got their titties and ass out, and they got in the habit of doing it. And then they finally get a dude, and the dude is like, put his foot down, and he like, hey, I love you, but that you got to think about what that makes you look like.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, how does that make me look? Like, if my lady is out looking like that, and ladies, same thing. Women will tell you like, you can't be out at the bar till 2 a.m. You need to come back home.
For sure, yeah.
That's just called putting people in check. And it's if you're a dude in a relationship, you should not be at the bar at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
You shouldn't.
Yeah.
Like, it's pussy. That's pussy getting hours.
Anything past midnight is just
anything
OD.
past midnight. At 11, if you're a dude in a relationship, you should be back by 11:45. Well, latest is midnight.
Especially the older you get.
Yeah.
Like some of those 20-some-year-old relationships, like the rules is a little bit different.
Right.
But if you 30 plus and you just out at 2 a.m. Unless it's like some sort of work thing, like,
right.
I don't know, like, my boy Pat, he shoot music videos and
That's
stuff
different.
like that. So he'll be out pretty late, or he'll be coming from LA.
That's
but
different.
Yeah, if you just hanging out, especially where in a capacity where there's a lot of women around, it's just like, nah.
100%. And you don't got to kiss your partner's ass, but if you out and it's getting kind of late, you be like, I'm on my way in 15 minutes or whatever the case, just out of respect. Some people just be straight disrespectful and expect to.
But sorry to cut you off, but if it was the opposite, if you was a dude and your girl was out that late, you'd be tripping.
Yeah, because a woman out at 2 a.m. coming back, nigga, that ain't good.
Not at all.
Not at all.
I gotta smell your pussy when you walk in the house.
You smell like Old Spice. The fuck was going on?
That might make you more mad. Like, you couldn't get a nigga that wear real cologne?
This nigga was wearing Brute. What the fuck is going on there? Oh no. Oh man. I think that's it, man. We gotta wrap this up. You gotta go.
Yeah. Shout out to my boy Brent, man. I'm going to go check him out in a minute.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Brent, man. But hey, if you made it to the end of this episode, we appreciate you. Last but not least, if you would like to donate and you feel that you would want to give a donation, go to the Cash App ATMPOD, like an ATM, but ATMPOD, which doesn't mean ATM. It means A Trucker's Mind Podcast.
Yeah.
Right?
Shout out to Baby Hulk. Was he the last person that shot us some money?
I believe so.
Yeah, appreciate it, bro.
Shout out to him. But yeah, head on over there. Head on to our YouTube. Don't forget to subscribe there.
Yeah.
Don't forget to go to Spotify and give us a 5-star rating.
Yeah.
We don't got a lot of ratings on there. We need some help, man. We trying to take this shit to the top.
Yeah, we need the ratings on it. We're doing pretty decent on Apple Music. We got like a 4-point-something rating on there, so that's beautiful.
Yeah, but we need the ratings everywhere. So head to Spotify. We need to be in every American household.
Amen.
This is the American podcast.
America.
Right? For the liberals, the conservatives, and the libertarians.
The Green Party.
For the Green Party, we need everybody to chime into a Trucker's Mind podcast. We appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
If you made it to the end, we appreciate you. Thank you for listening to a Trucker's Mind podcast. I'm Eddie McGee.
It's your boy K Fings.
We're out of here, man.
Peace.